Hello there and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to solve the Megaminx. The Megaminx is this one right here. And before we solve it, question of the day is, do you know what a dodecahedron is? Dodecahedron. If you know what it is, comment below, please. If you don't know what it is, stay to the end of this tutorial and I'll tell you what it is. Once again, dodecahedron. Okay, let's get started. So to solve this, you actually use a lot of algorithms for the 3x3, even though these faces are pentagons, so they have 5 pieces, 5 corner pieces. On a 3x3 you have 4 corner pieces, but you'll see there's a lot of similarities and a lot of differences too. Before we get started, the rules first. You begin with a certain color and start solving it. Normally if you see the white and these centers, these pentagons right here, they're like the squares in 3x3 like this, they determine the color. So this entire thing is supposed to be white. So when I say the white side, I mean this. Like, I don't care about how this is yellow, that is, I don't care. I'll say this is the white side because I'm looking only at the center pentagon. So this is going to be a yellow side, this is going to be. So one other rule: if white is on top, at the bottom is always gray. So that's the only thing you gotta remember. We're gonna start solving with this white side. We're gonna end up last with this to solve. So we'll solve everything, and the way you solve it in layers. So first I'm gonna solve this first layer, then I'm gonna solve this second layer, then I'm gonna solve this third layer, then I'm gonna solve this layer, and then finally I'll be left with one thing to solve it. So with that in mind, let's get started. When you begin, just like in 3x3, you wanna, in a 3x3, first you want to solve the entire white face, but first you want to solve the white cross. In this case, same thing. You want to solve the entire white face, but first you want to do the white star. So remember, there's 5 of them, so that's why I say star instead of cross. So let's do that. I see a piece of here that's green and white, so I'm just going to find a green side, kind of like this side right here, and bring it up. Now watch. So now that is solved. You want to solve it and make sure that this side is white and this side is the color of that side. And like we said, color is determined by the pentagon. So this is green side, that's the white side. That is done. We're gonna do that 4 more times. So you find a white piece like this is on the red side, and there it is. See that? That is solved. So this is purple, so I'm gonna turn that to that side and solve that. This is blue. I'm gonna turn it to this side. I'm gonna solve it kind of like that, and there's one more white piece left, and this is it. It's basically yellow and white, and there it is. So that is solved. That's done. Okay, now next, after solving the white star, next is to put in these corners in place. So we want all white corners, and here's one of them, but it's wrongly placed, so I'm gonna take it out. Okay, now find out, it needs to go between the red and blue, so it needs to go over here. So I'll just take it over there, kind of like that. And when you see this, kind of like in the 3x3 corners, if you see this matches that, then you move this pentagon with, or this face with the white leading, since the white is on top. And when you see it like that, this piece needs to be replaced with this. I'm going to move this away, hide it over there, bring this down here, bring that back, replace it. So that's the procedure in doing that. Here's another white. It's got a purple and yellow. So when I turn it, looks like this piece needs to be replaced with that. I'm going to move this away, hide it over there, bring this down there, solve it, kind of like that. This is another white. It's got red and green. So red and green, so it looks like this corner needs to be replaced with this. I'm gonna move this piece over here, bring this over here, and bring it back, replace it like that. That's how to do it. Great. Now here's another white with a purple and a green. So once again, this needs to be replaced with this, and you can tell when you bring it that way, you see there's a white over here, and this matches this color, so then this matches that, then you know that's how to do it. I'm gonna bring this piece over here and bring this back and replace it. So hide this first, bring this down, voila. Okay, one more to go. Okay, and here it is. So when I look at this piece, right, it looks like this piece needs to be replaced with. I'm gonna hide this piece right here. I'm gonna bring the piece that needs to be replaced, replace it, and there we go. So now, as you can see, this pentagon is completely solved. So first step is achieved. Next step, we're gonna go to this layer right here. We're gonna make this entire layer correct. So how do you do that? You find a piece that is green and purple, like this little piece here, and put it in. So you find a green and purple, green and purple, green and purple, and the job is in finding the pieces. Actually, it's kind of difficult. Here's the green and purple. Okay, I need to bring it over here, so I'm gonna align it this way. So we know that this is the color. We know we need to replace this piece to the left. So I'm going to use the 3x3 left side algorithm. If you don't know what the left side algorithm for solving the second layer edge pieces, and this is an edge piece, check out our 3x3 original Rubik's Cube tutorial, and you'll find out how to do that. If you don't know how to do it, just watch right now. I'm going to show you what that algorithm is to replace this edge piece with this. This edge piece is on the left, so I'm going to use the left side algorithm. And here we go. That, this, and there it is. So basically we just replace this, and now that is done. So we need to replace another edge piece, and this edge piece is red and green. So we find a red and green edge piece. Here it is. Bring it down right here. Red and green. Now this is going to replace this edge piece to the right, so we're going to use the right side algorithm this time around. Okay, and here we go, and there it is. So that is solved. Now we need a blue with a red, and here's that edge piece that we're looking for. We're going to turn it around, place it over here, one color, match it with one color. Now we're going to perform the left side algorithm to replace the left edge piece with this one. And so basically you got to keep doing that until this, as you can see, it's up to there. Now this needs to be yellow and blue, this piece right here. So we are lucky it was very close by, we didn't have to look for it. So this is a right side algorithm to replace this edge piece with this one right here. I think now you're starting to get it. Oh, so that's what we do. Okay, now we need yellow and purple, and yellow and purple is this piece right here. Okay, so I'm going to perform the left side algorithm to replace this left edge piece with this. So as you can see, you're assuming that on this cube, this is your face, front facing face, this is the top, that's the right, that's the left. That's the similarity. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this has been solved. You see the colors look now beautiful. Now we're gonna go to the layer just above that. So like I said, this is like peeling an onion, layer by layer, you gotta solve it. So let's go to the layer above this. Now to solve this, there's some trick that you're gonna do. Let me show you. So first I need you find an edge piece first to start. You find a place to start. You can start anywhere, but I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna start with the orange and yellow because I already have this piece. I'm gonna turn it, orient it correctly, and bring it over there. You see that's in the correct spot. Now I'm gonna find a corner piece that is yellow, purple, and orange. Yellow, purple, and orange. And here it is. So when I look at this, if I move this piece like that, this corner here needs to be replaced with this. So I'm gonna move this away here, bring this down there, bring it back, replace it. So now you see we're starting that pattern right there. Now I'm gonna replace this. I need purple and orange. There it is. Now I'm gonna perform the left side edge piece algorithm to replace this left edge with this. Okay, watch. I'm gonna do that, this, and there it is. So that's been replaced. So now we're moving this way, as you can see. Now the next, when you get to this one, you don't want to do the corner piece first, because this, if you do this, it'll mess up whatever you've already done. You want to start with this edge piece first. So this is blue and purple, so you want to find a blue and purple edge piece first. And here's blue and purple. So bring that in, and now once you do that, then you can insert this corner and then insert this other corner. So that's the trick. You need to do that. If you don't do that, you're gonna be, you know, doing double work all day. So this needs to be purple, blue, and orange. Purple, blue, and orange is this piece right here. So I'm looking at it, and I think this piece, this corner needs to replace this. So I'm gonna move this corner out of the way, bring this in, and replace it kind of like that. Okay, see that? So then we're gonna continue. Now we need to replace this corner, which is, because we're going along this line, right? So purple, green, and blue. Purple, green, and blue. This is the piece. So once again, I'm pretty sure you're wondering, how do I know which way to orient it? You can see the piece, but how do you know? Okay, first I'll place it with a color that is back here, which is kind of like the face color over here, and I'll turn this piece with the color down here leading. You don't want to turn it this way, you want to turn it this way, okay, until you see that match. Once that matches, that's how I can tell this needs to be replaced. Now I'll move it one more space with this leading with the purple, because purple is down here. So you see I brought the purple, I found the match. I'm going to move it this way. Don't move it this way because you're going to mess yourself, because you need this space. Move it over that way and then bring this down here and fix it. So that's how you do it. Now next is this edge piece. We need to find a green and blue. Green and blue is right here. I'm going to bring it over here, perform the left side algorithm to replace the left side edge piece. And there it is. Next we need to do these three, but remember I told you the first thing you need to start with is the edge piece, so you don't mess. If I do this, then I do that, it's gonna mess up what I've done. So, and I don't want that. So first I'll start with yellow and green. I need to find a yellow green edge piece. There it is. I'm gonna bring it in. So these are some little subtle tricks that you need, otherwise you'll spend the entire day trying to solve this. So right here I need green, blue, and yellow, which is right here. Now you see there's a green, which is at the bottom here. I'm gonna start moving this piece this way. Okay, you don't want to turn it this way. You want to turn it this way until you see that matches that. When you see that match, it means that this piece needs to be replaced with this. You turn it with this green leading away, bring it back, and solve it. And that's just how to do it. Okay, now we put this corner in. It's green, red, and yellow. Here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it close. Now I know that green is leading, so I'm going to be turning this thing that way again. Remember, when I get there, I see that matches. This needs to be replaced with that. I'll turn it one more time with the green leading. I'll bring this piece up here and I'll replace it. There it is. Okay, so next, what do we have? So if you look at it, it's making very good progress. So now we need to replace this edge piece, which is yellow and red. I'll bring this right here. I'll do right side algorithm to replace this right side edge piece with this. And there we go. Now we come to this. With this, first the trick is, again, I want to replace these corners and these three edge pieces, but first I start with the middle edge piece again. And this is blue, what is this color? Pink and red. So we find a pink and red. Now we got a dilemma. We need this, but we don't want to mess this up because it's already done. So what you do is you find the correct piece for that first, put it in there, and it'll take this out. So the correct piece here is yellow and blue. And here is the yellow and blue, right? Okay, so we perform the right side algorithm. It'll replace this right side edge piece with this. So there is a thing, kind of like that, kind of like that. And now we've achieved two things. First we fix this, and now we have our piece that we needed over here free, which is pink and red. Now we have our pink and red, so we can put that in. So those are the little tricks like that. You need those to survive. Anyway, this needs to be pink, red, and yellow, which is this piece. So I'm going to take it out because it's in the wrong position. I'm going to bring it back out this way. Now I'm going to bring it with the red. I'm going to turn this with the red leading. Now I can see, because red is over here, red leading. You want to turn this pentagon that way. When you see this match, you know that this needs to be replaced with this. So I'm going to bring this over here, move that away, replace that. That's how to do it. Great. Now I need to replace this. Is red, blue, and pink. Red, blue, and pink. This, turn it with the red leading until this matches. Move it one more step with the red leading away. Bring this bad piece, replace it. That's how to do it. Now this edge piece is blue and pink. Blue and pink is right there. So perform the left side algorithm to replace that. And there it is, been replaced. So next we move to this. Okay, now we're getting close to solving everything. I'm gonna do a different trick. First, if I see I only have 2 left, the closer you get to solving the entire thing, the harder it becomes. But don't worry about it, it's not too hard, but it's harder than it was before. But also the easier it is to find the pieces. So now when I look at this, I'm going to ignore that principle, because we already went through the 3rd layer, and this thing you can see is already kind of solved. Now we have these 3 left. When you have 3 left, or 2 left, or 1 left, you got to start being very careful. Now what I want to do is I want to isolate these 3 and solve everything else. So watch what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to fix this piece, because I don't want to get blocked in my solving. And this piece is pink and yellow, right? So I'll find a pink and yellow first and solve that to avoid getting blocked, because once you get out of here, you can't solve anything inside here once you've solved these. So that's why I want to solve this first. So this is left side algorithm. Oh, that is solved. So we're left with 1 and 2, right? So everything else around it, oh, this needs to be solved. This needs to be blue and orange. Blue and orange. And this is the blue and orange piece. I'm going to bring it over here, do the right side algorithm, replace this edge piece. That is solved. So now we're actually left with just these 2 faces. Okay, now is where the difficult comes. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to place this correctly, this green and blue. Why? Because I'm gonna, now I can't move this, I can't move this, I can't move that. I can only operate with this, right? So watch what I'm gonna do. First, this, I need to place it correctly. This is the correct piece, but it's wrongly placed. I'm gonna bring it out. I only have this space to work with. I can't work here. And I'm gonna bring this right there, and I'm gonna mess this up and then fix it. I'm gonna do that so I can get that correct, and immediately fix what I messed up. And now you see I have that. That's one trick that you need in the toolbox to solve this thing. So the second thing, now I can put in this piece, because I have all this to work with. So this needs to be blue, green, and pink. Blue, green, and pink. And this is the piece right there. Turn it with the blue leading. This blue, when it matches there, you know that this needs to be replaced with that. Turn it with the blue leading, replace it. Great. Now replace this edge piece, which is green and purple. It's right here. Left side algorithm. There it is, and that's solved. Now you're left with one of the most difficult pieces, this corner right here. You can't mess with this, you can't mess with any of this stuff you solved. So how do we do it? First of all, find it. It's going to be green, blue, and yellow. Find it. This is the piece, actually. Once you find it, place it over here. Watch. I'm going to place it like right there. See where it is? And then I'm going to bring, I need to replace this with that. So I'm going to bring this over here, because I have this to work with. I'm going to bring this over there, okay, and try to fit it in. And you see it fits. And then I'll bring it back this way. Now, just for your information, now that we were lucky to have it correctly placed, what happens if it's not correctly placed? I'm going to mess it up just to show you what happens. So if you come in here, you bring, you know, it's like over there, you need this piece right here. You bring it up here, and you try to fit it in and you see it doesn't fit, what you do is you turn it around. How do you do it? You just bring it over here, turn this piece, bring it back, and bring it back and put it in. It doesn't work. Bring this to this corner, turn this piece again. That's turning this, and you keep doing that, and you see now it fits it. So that's a little trick that I had to show you, because if you get stuck in, you're gonna say, oh, you know, Phil showed me how to do it, but now I'm stuck with this, I can't do it. So, but that's how to do that. So remember that trick. Now next we gotta fit this edge right here. It's yellow and green, and that is there. Now another trick, you place that over there, okay? You don't want to mess with this, so I'm gonna bring it out here because I've got this to work with, okay? And then I'm gonna place it that way. Why? Because I know the edge piece needs to be yellow and green. So I'll place it over there and watch what happens. I'll perform the right side algorithm, and it'll fix this. And once that happens, now I'm going to turn this back that way. You see, that's how to solve that. That's very tricky part when you're left with two pentagons to solve the thing. Now this is easy, kind of like we were doing. We just need to find yellow, orange, and green. So we got ourselves out of the situation. So this is the piece actually. I'm going to take it out, turn it around. So turn it with the yellow leading again. I know that this matches that needs to be replaced with this. Turn it with the yellow leading, replace it. Okay, and we're lucky that this piece is over there. If it's not there, perform the left or right side algorithm to solve it. And ladies and gentlemen, you can see it's almost solved. Now we're left with one pentagon. So now we get to this stage, we have, remember the top was white, and so the opposite of white, like I told you, is gray. So now we have to solve this face. That's the only one remaining, because the Pyraminx is almost solved. So that if you see this V, you want to place this V like that, facing the left, kind of like that, not any other way but this way. Perform this algorithm and it will solve these two. There you go. Now that you have that, you have the gray star. Next thing is to solve these corners, and you'll be done. But first you have to make them all gray. Okay, they may not be correctly oriented, but you know, so the first thing though I want to do is I want to make sure that these edge pieces are oriented correctly. And right now only this piece and that is oriented correctly, this and that is wrong. When you find a situation where you have it like that, you hold one that is correct and the other correct one on the left here, and then you do this algorithm to place or orient these other edge pieces correctly. Okay, see, now everything is oriented. Remember, the color is determined by this pentagon right here. So this is the green side, that's matches, so everything matches. Now next thing is to make the entire top gray. And how do you do that? I'm gonna use this algorithm over here that I'll show you. You find one piece that is wrongly placed and place it on your top right here, on your front top right, kind of there. All right, you're gonna perform this algorithm until that changes. And once it changes, you're gonna bring this wrong piece over there, perform it again until it's fixed, this without shifting. So once you hold it this way, remember this, don't move it until all these are solved. So the algorithm is here: right counterclockwise, bottom counterclockwise, right clockwise, bottom clockwise. So I'm gonna keep doing that. So now you see it's solved. Once it's solved, without moving this, bring another one to the same spot, and you're gonna get this mess over here, and you might get worried. Don't get worried about it. As long as you don't move, you keep doing this. When you finish doing the last one, it'll resolve itself. So here we go again: right counterclockwise, bottom counterclockwise, right clockwise, bottom clockwise. And I keep doing this until now that is solved. Without moving this, there's still a mess here. I'm gonna move this good piece over here again, this bad piece over here, and do it again: right counterclockwise, bottom counterclockwise, right clockwise, bottom clockwise. And now that is solved. They still have a mess over here. I'm gonna move this bad piece over here without moving this thumb right there. Remember, we started with a green on your face or facing you, you can't change that until all it's done. Otherwise this mess will be very bad for you. So finally, right counterclockwise, bottom counterclockwise, right clockwise, bottom clockwise. And now that is solved, and look, that mess is all gone. So it's all solved, and the top is all gray. Now next we gotta fix just these, make sure that these corners are in the right position. Right now the colors are good, but they're wrongly oriented. You turn this so the edge pieces are aligned correctly. Now in this case, the edge pieces will determine what color that is. So match the edge piece with this side, so that, remember, this pentagon decides the color. So this and this pentagon is orange and gray, so that belongs there. So find a piece that is in the wrong position like this, right? So find one. This isn't correct. Let's use this one. You're gonna pull it and put it over here using this algorithm: right counterclockwise, bottom counterclockwise, right clockwise. Okay, now we have a little mess all over here. Don't worry about it. What you're gonna do is you're gonna look at this piece. We know that it's got a gray, but it also has a blue and orange. So find a place, that a corner that needs gray, blue and orange. Gray, blue and orange. This corner here needs to be replaced with this. So bring it directly over your thumb, right here, right there, and replace it. And how do you replace it? I'm gonna do right counterclockwise, bottom clockwise, right clockwise. So that's been solved. Okay, but now you got another piece that is in the wrong place that has a gray. It's gray, pink and yellow. Okay, gray, pink and yellow. Where does it need to go? Let's look. Gray, pink and yellow. Actually this belongs right here, so I'm just gonna pull this down and put it in the correct position. There it is. Now you got a very big problem. You got this mess over here. How do you solve that mess? What you do is you find one corner. When you see this mess, it means it's one corner that is still not fixed. Find that corner and put it over here. Okay, now, and perform this algorithm: right counterclockwise, bottom clockwise, right clockwise. And that will leave you again with this gray here and orange and green. And you find out where this needs to go: gray, orange and green, gray, orange, green. So this piece right here, this corner needs to be replaced with this. So you bring this corner directly over here again to the right of your thumb, right there, top right, and replace it. I'm gonna drag this down, put that in, and that has been replaced. Okay, return this to it. Now as you can see, everything is solved except this one corner. So we have a bad corner here, and we have a bad corner over here, and it needs to go. When you're left with one, this is obviously going to go there. Pull this to the right of your thumb, top right there. Drag this down, right counterclockwise, bottom clockwise, right clockwise. And now turn this, and now look. It is all solved. So ladies and gentlemen, that's how to solve the Megaminx. The question of the day was, what is a dodecahedron? The dodecahedron is a piece like this that has 12 sides. This has 12 sides, and each side is a pentagon. So that's what a dodecahedron is. One more question. Of all these pieces over here, cubes and different kinds of shapes, which one do you want me to make a tutorial for next? Tell me the one that you've been struggling with, and I'll make a tutorial for that one next, instead of proceeding with the tutorials the way I wanted. But anyway, I'll do this for you. Just let me know in the comments section below which one tutorial you want me to make, and I'll do it. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. Goodbye.